we are very pleased. I think we saw a normalization of the business. We saw enterprises going back to digitalization projects across the world in all regions. And that was a big boost for our business in the fourth quarter. So very optimistic that we, after the corona issues last year, that we see normalization coming also for this year.
We've been talking a lot on the channel about the digital acceleration across industries, and it's by about the second page in your results you start to give us some examples, from remote support for medical devices to smart farming and dairy automation. Just give us an idea of how the acceleration in digital is really helping those bookings and the revenue side.
Yeah, I think what happened is that many of the things that were possible years ago already in smart farming, like you call it, or smart medical, smart cities, smart energy, smart manufacturing. So really where you can improve processes across the whole enterprise, really make it faster, more customer oriented. All of that was possible. I think what the last year showed really that it is really working. If you invest as a company into these different processes, then there is an opportunity to improve the business system really from ground up, thereby also, not the least, reduce carbon emissions, of course. So there's a lot happening in this space now. And we have been investing over the last 3 years into these different parts of the solution portfolio, and that helps us now to grow our business into larger enterprises.
And so in terms of customer acquisition and subscriber growth, Oliver, what are your forecasts like for the rest of the year?
So we want to grow billings by around 30%, and that's always a mix. For us, it's really always a mix to work with our existing customers and work with them in more areas and broaden the solution portfolio in this area. So that's the enterprise motion, how we call it. And that will be a significant part of the growth, clearly. But there's always more subscribers coming in. We've increased the subscriber numbers very significantly last year. And that continues to happen because there's more and more people getting into remote working. They get to know the software, they understand what they can do with it, and then ultimately become a paying customer. So subscriber growth will also be a significant contributor again this year.
And as we look at where you're taking the business, obviously you made an acquisition in Austria, Salion, I guess is how you pronounce it, this Austrian startup. What does that tell us about the direction of travel, and what further bolt-on acquisitions do you think you're going to make in the near term?
Yeah, so the direction of travel is really, we look at an enterprise, we look at the different departments in an enterprise. So it started all with the IT department and the internal IT support years back, really. But then we were identifying other digitalization opportunities. So in manufacturing, in logistics, warehousing, which was the Ubimax acquisition that we did last year. Then with the Xaleon acquisition that we did now, we were looking at the other end of the spectrum, the customer support, the customer engagement, the sales. Now with Corona pandemic, I think we've all experienced remote sales processes, remote service processes. And under GDPR, there is the need to be able to have conversational sales looking at the screen together, and that's a co-browsing solution that you can use for that. You have chat function, you have digital document management to be able to run this remotely. So we basically broadened the solution portfolio to cover the whole enterprise. And that's very much the same way we look at another bolt-on or other bolt-on acquisition, which is really going through the enterprise, finding places where our solution portfolio is not fully there yet, and then decide whether we build something organically or we do a small bolt-on.